Island locals. Can't wait to get back into the park, ride some of my favorite rides, get on to some haunts. Probably gonna skip Kilmark because that was the only one I did do last year. There was a new haunt last year, however, that I didn't do. Let's do it. It's Halloween Haunt, Kings Island 23. This is an area that I did not explore last year as it's been completely reconfigured for haunt. We'll definitely get a nice atmospheric view of it later on since we're here until park close this evening. Doesn't seem to be too busy today, so we're gonna take a little bit of a risk here. We're gonna go on Cornered, this new corn maze haunt that I've not been on before, and the entrance is right over here. Even though I probably have some time to do it later, as it does clear out later and you can kind of walk through things, including this pumpkin eater scare zone, which we're gonna do immediately after. But the plan is to do these two and then get a ride on Banshees. It's not too busy, so let's rock.
You be drinking or eating something, throw it away.
I'm gonna try to stay positive because I just spent 45 minutes waiting for Vertigo for some strange reason, other than the fact that I don't think I've ever done it before. So that's done. And then it went down for a couple of hours, or like an hour after that. So out of the way, I'm trying to start this on a positive note, and I know it's gonna be a good day because it's actually not that busy. Bad decision at the beginning, but hey, had to get it done. At Cornered, this maze is a variation of the old Cornstalkers that was located in the back of the park. Not as effective in this version, it's much smaller. The corn maze variation of Halloween Haunt that you find at Cedar Point, Canada's Wonderland, and here, this used to be the best version of that. It was so long, it was in the woods, it was very immersive. It was one of the most frightening scare mazes, I think, of that theming that I'd ever experienced. This one, unfortunately, it's way more compact. There's way too many people going through the maze. A lot of younger people as well. It doesn't have quite the same effect. It is a pale shade of its original form. Well, that's fine. Every maze has to evolve in some form or other. My favorite pumpkin jack-o'-lantern display here on the other side of the park. And of course, Pumpkin Eater. And I did have to ask one of the scare actors if I could film. That is how much I want to follow the rules. Not entirely sure what it is, but it looks nice. Ride the lowly back all the way in the back here, nestled away with nobody to appreciate it except for the diehards that are here right now. It's going to be an interesting vlog today as Yeah, I've definitely, my patience for being bombed is thin, but maybe we'll lighten up a bit. Who knows? Give us a wave, give us a wave. There we go, there we go. All right. Hello, my Kings Island peoples. Your favorite Canadian expat doesn't live here in Kings Island going on the Bat. I've been to this park so many times I can relax and go on some of the minor rides like the Bat. We're gonna wait for some of the bigger ones later. The last 2 times I was at this event, I did night rides on the Beast, so that's not a priority this time. I also did get Mystic Timbers last time, so definitely gonna prioritize getting on Orion and also maybe Diamondback. I was kind of hit and miss with that ride for many years, but I think I'm gonna give it a good try this time, because I think it'll live up to my expectations. But now, the Bat at night. Done with the Bat. Fantastic little ride. Notice that it has baggage holders that you can put your stuff in off ride, which this ride's sister coaster in my home park, Vortex, does not have. A little unusual, but minor differences between the two. Definitely still prefer Vortex over this ride, but that's just a small amount, especially with the night ride here. Wonderland, you definitely get a lot more fog and unique effects with the lake. Here it's just a pure dark ride and very fast. I'd say this one's a little bit faster, but also a little bit more rickety than, say, Vortex is. In addition to that, on this side of the park, I just finished the first scare zone as well, the Pumpkin Eater. It's super small. The actors just don't want to bother to scare me, I guess, because no one really approached me there, which I guess is understandable because they wouldn't have been that successful. Maybe they remember me. I don't know, but that's a minor, I'd say, take away from the experience here. If I just came here on my own and I wasn't vlogging, and they didn't know I was vlogging really, although I did have the camera. Okay, never mind. It's obvious why they were avoiding me. But yeah, that was a super tiny scare zone, so yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that, other than it was nicely detailed, but reminded me a lot of the new one, the Trick or Treat Haunt scare zone at Wonderland as well. Sorry for the comparisons, but there definitely is similarities between these two events without question. Did go on Vertigo. As I said, I thought that was a probably regrettable decision as well, because yeah, it was pretty rickety. It wasn't the greatest, but I did at least get on it to confirm that I had ridden it before, because I just couldn't remember if I had. And yeah, just it wasn't actually that bad. I didn't find it that jarring compared to, say, the Bat that I just went on, which is kind of weird considering the popular opinion of that ride. Already covered the scare zone, or the scare maze that we just did, so we're gonna now go to the center of the park, get over to Orion, and maybe also... Can I get in your YouTube? Now we are off to the center of the park, to Orion, and also I'm gonna try to get on the Outer Limits or Flight of Fear. Yes, dating myself by calling it that, but it's been ages since I've been on that ride. It's never running when I'm here. I don't think I've been on it since opening year for all I can remember. And yes, I was here for its opening year. Maybe hopefully we'll get on Orion. I don't know if it has a single rider, but if it does, we'll be able to bang out a couple of rides on that. And there's 2 scare mazes that I definitely want to go through, or haunted houses. Let's go over there and check it out. All right, we're off. Oh, Son of Beast, Ghost of Son of Beast, how we never got you. Some other attractions that we're trying to get to is the Hotel Saint Michel I missed last year, and Alien Abyss and Alien X. I've definitely done variations of the Alien Haunt here, and I'm pretty sure it's just a revamp of the old version. We'll find out. We're in full effect here at Haunt now. It's the new Adventure Port section that I actually haven't been to yet, and a lake with an unfortunate history. Once again, we do not have any fog on this section of the haunt. I do not know why, because it was very effective the first time I ever visited. We need some fog, Kings Island. Delivered just like that. There happen to be 3 scare zones, well, 3 scare mazes or haunted houses in this section. It's always been the busiest. And then you've got Orion as well as Flight of Fear.
Human inversion testing with Vortex. You would have caught them hiding evidence about the
One could easily say that this is the heart of the haunt under the racer. Here we go. You want to use a cliche term, but I will from another vlogger, but Orion fits the part at night. It looks amazing. I've never seen Orion during the day. Only at night. They don't want us to leave now. Ah, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. Ah. Yeah, we're gonna come back here later because it's absolute insanity. And, oh dear, they're following us. Hello, buddy. The attendant is saying an hour wait for Flight of Fear. That is far too long to wait for that ride. And Orion's looking like a 45-minute wait or so. The attendant did say that she expects it to get worse over the night. I don't believe that. I've been to this haunt a couple of times and that's not the case. So we'll come back here later and we'll see hello later. Kilmart is back again this year. It is one of my favorite mazes of any haunt. However, I have done it a few times now, so we'll probably give it a pass this year. But just figured I'd let you guys know that it is here today and definitely recommend it. So we are literally at the midpoint of the event as it's just getting on to 9 as chimed by the bells. And yeah, it's a bit busy and the waits for the mazes are fairly long. So we're gonna wait till the end of the day to get the mazes done, or at least the ones that I haven't done yet. And we're just Well, I personally am going to actually enjoy the park for a bit. Just stroll around, capture some good imagery for you guys. And then at the second half of the day or evening, once some people leave and I get a little space to move, we will rejoin the blog. Oh, the pumpkins inside this section have returned. I still consider this the Christmas tree shopping section of the haunt. So I've not been here for Winterfest. I don't know if it's basically just a variation of what they do for Winterfest anyway. It is impressive to see once you're here, and actually better than most of the stuff in Winterfest at Wonderland.
Can you get a picture of me?
Return all tools. Oh dear. So we kind of just ended up in this scare zone. It's almost like an extension of the slaughterhouse in a way. It's actually very effective atmosphere. The chains. Just trying to get. Oh no no no! Ah! I like axes. This is the Axe Club. I don't think these threw these axes too well. Oh, we got to get out of here. Farewell. Look out! This is looking quite something else. I don't even want to leave this scare zone. It looks so cool. All right. A major windstorm has just come in here and blown through the area. Also to note, Beast is closed right now and has been for the majority, actually all evening. Fortunately, the app was actually working, so now we have a better idea of how we can plan this day out. The Cavern of Terror is on a 20-minute wait, but I think it's actually on no wait right now, so we're going inside. Cavern of Terror. It's been 4 years since I did that maze. Not much has changed as far as the props are concerned, but that was astronomically more impressive than when I did it the first time. I feel like they actually improved on the lighting effects since the last time I did it, but you're dealing with sort of like a House of Wax type of theme. Lots of limbs, lots of dismemberment, and sort of like curators of human anatomy, let's say, but not in a slaughterhouse way, but more like a House of Wax way. The fact that it's in this building that was built for the original Tomb Raider ride is the most impressive element of it, because you go down in the depths. I captured enough of that to sort of see what it is about before you get in. But wow, that was actually, I'm very glad I did it. I'm shocked it's on no wait, because I just basically walked on. That was solid. So as this haunt gets taken over by the weather, we may just do the scare mazes and call it a night here. There is obviously a couple coasters we hope to get on, but whether or not we do is up in the air. But for now, we might get on Diamondback. It's on a pretty short wait. And by short, I mean 45 minutes. It would not be a visit to Kings Island Haunt without a visit to its graveyard. Kings Island has no shortage of defunct rides that they can honor over the years. Looks like we've had a bit of a differentiation on this graveyard though, because I have no idea who Chef Major is. But it has grown, obviously. In fact, there's no homage to the original rides that used to be located here, as I overheard from another park goer today. They've moved that graveyard to another site. Because the temperature has dropped dramatically, it is absolutely cleared out here in the park. So let's get on some rides. I'm back. Ah! We're being followed. Okay, an amazing ride on Banshee done. Well, amazing in the sense that it was decent for Banshee in the back seat. Semi-zen ride, because I got it on my own. I've never really reviewed that ride before, and I'm gonna have to say, favorite elements, without question, definitely the drop after that first inline twist or heartline roll, and then that slow heartline roll before you do the final helix. Highlights to me. Sadly, still not an amazing invert though. Montu, Raptor, there's so many better ones. Even Faden back in South Korea. Always mention that because I managed to get on it. But we have some other rides to do. In fact, we got an action-packed last hour here as this place clears out. Let's go! Well, friends, as you may notice, that this place has definitely gotten a bit quieter. And my original plan of 2 vlogs, I think, is over. Ah!
Who am I talking about?
Oh, we got away from them. We got away from them this night. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get out of here. Okay, welcome to Hustle Time. As now we have a lot of options available. We have one haunt that I haven't done, and we're headed there now. Hopefully it's going to have somewhat of the same wait, as Orion is actually still on a 40-minute wait-ish, 30 to 40 minutes. So we're gonna go back and do that, hopefully at the end. It's gonna be an action-packed end here. We got 45 minutes to get this haunt in, get to the other side of the park, get on Mystic Timbers, then hopefully get back to this side of the park so that way we can get that last alien haunt in and Orion. Let's see how we do. 45-minute challenge. I will also say that, you know, this is the area that Vortex used to be in. And if you watch my original vlog from my first visit here, it really is underwhelming in light and color and atmosphere compared to what this area was before during the haunt. And before I forget, I might as well say it now that in general, I've definitely noticed that these extended budget cuts at Cedar Fair have affected haunts like this. It is not the haunt that it was 5 years ago. There's no smoke in half of the park. The decorum is half of what it used to be. It's still decent. I still like it. It's just not the same as it was. And it looks like we're on a walk-on for this maze, so we might be doing pretty well. Let's see how the Hotel Saint Michel
No eating, drinking, or smoking. And no photography or moving picture making while inside. Number 2, please keep your hands to yourself at all times. If you follow these simple rules, we will not lose another guest.
I'm excited. I've actually been in this haunt before, but it's a complete reimagining as it used to be a haunted hospital theme. That's it. We're out of the Saint Michel Hotel. I must say, that is the best decorations other than Kilmart. Maybe as effective as Kilmart as far as the actual theming. Excellent. The only problem I have, I'd say, with that particular maze is that there's just not that many scare elements and jump out elements. You kind of come in through the boiler room. It's got a Tower of Terror feel when you get into that boiler room and then you wander through the hotel. My favorite rooms by far were definitely the hallway at the center where you walk down that corridor and there's a bunch of doors and drop down paintings that scare actors can pop out at you at, which are excellent. And also that final lobby that you exit before you actually go outside, you got a little glimpse of it because the exit that I just showed you is where that is. And yeah, the theming in that area, the second half, the theming was exceptional. I love the collapsed roof on the bed. You're only going to be able to know what I'm talking about if you actually do this haunt. But yeah, it was excellent for that. Scare actors and actual jump scares, not so much. So impressed. Definitely improvement over what was there before. But I'd say that's probably the second best scare maze in this facility. I may change that if I get to Slaughterhouse again before the night is over. All right, we're headed over to that very area and see what we can get in. We'll go through their lair one more time. One more time. One more time. Ah! Oh, we'll see you for axe throwing next year. Or will we? Ah! Fair now. So I'm not going to do it this time. I'm not going to run to the other side of the park to get two things in a crazy idea. I'm going to be easy on myself and ride Diamondback as the conclusion of our vlog today. I think it's only fitting to end on a different B&M since last year we ended with Orion and this year we end with Diamondback, which if you've watched my vlog from a couple years back, I rode with a fairly famous YouTuber that I was very delighted to ride with. Hey guys. However, it's a walk-on now. I don't like waiting for this ride unless it's a walk-on, and fortunately it is tonight for our last ride of the evening. Diamondback. I can't wait to come back here on a May day. It's been a while. Actually, it's been 3 years since I've been here on, say, a slower day where I could get as many rides in. I've never actually been to Kings Island on a slow day, so maybe in the future that will happen. I always come for haunt, and you know what you're gonna get with that, so. All done for the haunt this year. I always end up in this area. I'm really just doing the long way out to get out of here. I'm going to take everything I said about Diamondback back previously. I would know that a lot of people that may watch this video would say it's better than Orion anyway. You know what? You may be right. Having had a pretty amazing experience on Candemonium this year at Behemoth, and having been on 18 of the B&M mega coasters out there, it definitely ranks among the best. That night ride, as per what I segued before with another YouTuber, was one of the best night rides on any B&M that I ever had, and that was matching it. I think that really what I need to do on that ride is to let my body float to really understand what the airtime's about. But I do like the fact that even though I'm familiar with the layout, that in the dark you kind of don't know what to expect. Mystic Timbers, don't even need to say anything. I love that ride. It is my second favorite wood coaster ever. I've never had a bad ride on that ride. It really is exactly what I look for in a roller coaster of the wood fashion. Unrelenting speed, low to the ground, crazy airtime, unpredictable undulations in the track. It's perfection. I could not think of how they could have made that ride any better than it already is. I know some people are like, it's not that great. I just don't know what they're thinking. Because, yeah, I don't need massive airtime hills. I need Mystic Timbers. Fantastic ride. Although my number one ride does have massive airtime hills. But that's not for here. Let's head out of the park. I'll wrap everything up on a unpredictable, exciting, and very enjoyable day here at Kings Island. And probably one of the best I've had, despite the fact that this haunt is not quite what it was, say, the first time that I visited here. Because it's so quiet, I feel like we're actually not going to have a problem getting out of the parking lot for the first time ever. I will admit that part of my planning for this day was to anticipate whether or not the leave from the parking lot was going to be crazy, which normally it is. Okay, time to wrap everything up here. As I said, I've been here 4 to 5 years for the haunt, and I've noticed significant changes and a lot of not changes over those years, i.e. half of the scare mazes as per when I first visited here. In fact, a lot of those spaces have not been reused since, say, the pandemic and when they closed half of the haunts down. So I really look forward to the budget behind an event like this, getting back up to how it was pre that time, because there are noticeable differences. I keep moaning about the fog, but it is definitely noticeable how this park used to be very significant and how they pumped it out It just isn't the same as it used to be. Most of the effects and practical effects are still there. I've noticed that there's a couple of animatronics that were just like generally part of the displays here that are not here anymore. I don't know if that just means that they're just kind of changing things up. There's definitely been a lot of transitions from what was the first experience that I had here in 2019, which was incredible, to now. It's still an amazing haunt, don't get me wrong. It's still one of the best in the States. Unfortunately though, it's just not what it was. And in order to get back to that, it needs at least 3 more mazes, and it needs also more fog. Outside of that, lighting is perfect, effects are perfect, the stage shows, even though I didn't get to check them out this year, they were great last year. I'm sure they were also excellent this year. No fault at that. But that's about it. It just has to have those elements, and I'd say it's right back to where it used to be. But if you're only choosing a couple of haunts or one haunt to do in the season, and you happen to be in this area, you're really not gonna miss out if you do this one. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. It's been a fun day here. It's been great to come back. Didn't get on Orion, didn't get on a couple of rides that I wanted to, but that's part of Kings Island. I come here enough, considering it somewhat my home park in a way, that yeah, I don't miss out on things that I say didn't get this year, because you know I'm gonna be back in 5 months anyway, so we'll definitely catch you up at that point when I come back in the spring. All right, guys, thanks for joining us this year. Thanks for dropping in. Survived another one. We'll see you next year.